appropriately. So we're going to be looking at understanding the 6 different tiers of exposure. And that is how to take advantage of the different opportunities that will present itself. You need to learn how to utilize that one-on-one, 2-in-1, using our video materials, inviting people to business conferences, and the rest of them. You have to engage in all of them. That is what it means to be a professional. I get what I'm saying. A professional doesn't just sit down and just learn only one aspect, okay? You get to master this aspect when it comes to presenting the business, when it comes to sharing the business with people. You have to learn this aspect. These 6 different tiers of exposure will enable you to make sure to ensure that you don't miss out on any opportunity that presents itself. All right, so I want us to listen to our mentor, our foreign mentor, Matt Morris, to show us the 6 different tiers of exposure. All right, the 6 different avenues through which we can expose our business to people. All right, so pay very much attention. Whatever you are learning, jot it down in your Millionaire School notes. Don't forget. Okay, so let's listen.
Okay, welcome back. In this module, we are going to do a quick overview on inviting. I'm also going to cover the 6 tiers of exposures. And in all of the modules we're going to do on inviting, I want you to pay attention more to these modules on the invitation skills really than anything else. And if I had to look back at my career in network marketing, especially when I was first getting started, as far as first getting started, having success in network marketing, if there's one thing I'm really glad I got good at, it was inviting, because I was not a good presenter. In fact, I was afraid to speak in public. I never wanted to get on stage. And I ended up getting to a 6-figure income, in fact, before I ever presented to a large organization. It was a little bit crazy, but what happened was I got really good at inviting. And so most people wanted to be presentation man. You know, they couldn't wait to get on stage and present. I could care less. In fact, I didn't want to get on stage. I just wanted to get butts in the seats. And because I got good at getting butts in the seats, I ended up getting to a 6-figure income. And the first time I ever spoke on stage, I was earning 6 figures. We had almost 400 people in the room, and my mentor, who was the one who would always present, him or a couple other people would present, I always backed out of it, and he finally made me. I argued with him, and well, he won out. But because I got good at that, it allowed me to end up having a lot of success. Most people would have no guests or one guest, and I would consistently have multiple guests. I would have as many as 10 guests at one opportunity presentation. And so here's the thing: you can be bad at closing, you can be really bad at presenting, you can be bad at following up, you can even be bad at getting new members started. But if you show the business to enough people, you're going to enroll enough people to find the leader that are going to run with it. There's the old saying, if you throw enough mud against the wall, some of it is going to stick. Now, I'm not saying ignore those other areas. Don't. Get good in all of it. Get mastery in all of it. But if there's one that is the most critical, it is inviting. It is the gateway skill. So I want to address, first off, the need for credibility. A lot of people really feel like they have to have a lot of credibility if they can get good in inviting, otherwise people won't listen to you. And listen, when I got to a 6-figure income, I had no credibility. I learned to use other people's credibility so that I could get my own. In fact, when I got to a 6-figure income, I had been living at home with my mother. I was working at Saltgrass Steakhouse. I did not drive a nice car. I had nothing going on for me, but what my mentor told me to do, and I just believed him, he said, I want you to sell my credibility, sell my story so you can develop your own. And that's what I did very, very quickly. I learned to sell his story. And then before long, I had other people in my organization, they were selling my story so they could create their own. And so my mentor, he asked me one day, he said, what's the #1 thing that we sell in network marketing? And, you know, I was like,
before we get in here, before we get into the next part, okay, I need us to really internalize what Matt Morris said, because I've been in this industry for a long time now, and I've seen people that couldn't talk. I've seen people that are very timid. I've seen people that are very shy, and so much money. Yes, than people that feels that they have all that it takes. Let me tell you, the most important skill in network marketing, never you forget this. Never you forget this. If you get this wrong, you've gotten your business moving downhill. If you get it wrong, your business is going this way. If you get it right, upward ever. I'm telling you, upward what? Ever. Downward never. If you get it wrong, downward what? Ever. Upward never. One thing I've taught most of us here, that one thing. Among the 7 core disciplines, what is it that you need the most? What is the most valuable? That doesn't mean you shouldn't learn the other ones. What is the most valuable? That is inviting. A man that can get people. I'm not talking about someone that sends out messages. I'm talking about a man that is disciplined, a woman that is disciplined enough to bring people to the training. Sit down and listen. A man that is disciplined enough to invite people and get them to watch the recorded video with them. You sit down with them every weekend. You gather people together. They watch the recorded video with you every weekend. Or you are able to send it to those that are not close to you, and you are able to get them to watch it. A man that can invite properly. We earn hundreds of thousands monthly in this business. For example, Madam Robiton invited someone to the meeting yesterday. She made sure that the person that attended the meeting, attended the meeting and the person paid money. Madam Arehun Posede made sure that she invited someone yesterday. I don't even know whether I saw Madam Posede in the meeting yesterday at 8 p.m. But the person she invited ended up paying. Let me check the third person. There is this third person. Okay. There is this third person that made payment. There are about 3 persons that made payment yesterday. Now, the next person that made payment yesterday, someone else invited Olatunde Olushola. Madam Olatunde Olushola invited someone yesterday, and then the person made payment, and they were all going for 3 accounts. Let me say this again. If you can be good at inviting, if you can go crazy when it comes to inviting people, getting people to attend our live Zoom meetings, and getting people to watch our recorded videos, let me tell you, you will start earning in hundreds of thousands in less than 6 months. I am not joking. I'm not joking. Before we continue with this training, let me chip in this, because I have taught this before. One of the major things I have seen that prevents people from getting disciplined, apart from unseriousness, people that are not serious with their business. There are just people that are not serious. They don't take the business serious. But there are people that they believe in the business, as in they want to do the business, but there is this thing that hinders them, that makes them not to be able to bring in people. They are really trying to invite. They just send the messages. Should I tell you one major thing? I've seen it happen. They are not yet completely sold out. If you are not completely sold out to this business, you can't put your integrity on the line to bring in people. You cannot share the invitations and get people to watch the business video and then to attend the business meeting with high level of confidence and courage. And that is because you lack belief in one way or the other. Maybe you don't believe in your upline engineer also. Maybe you don't believe in the business, or maybe you don't believe in yourself. I'm telling you, that is where it's coming from. When you get to a point where you can look someone you love so much in the eye and say, you know I can't deceive you. You know I mean so well for you. Get involved in this business meeting. Get to attend this business meeting and you see what I'm talking about. Watch this recorded video. Come around to my house. I don't want you to miss this opportunity. There is something that happens. There is something about confidence. There is something about confidence and courage. It's magnetic. It's magnetic. The world is filled with lots of uncertainty. So human beings by default, they follow strength. Human beings by default don't follow weakness. I'm teaching you human psychology here. Human beings, animals, mammals, let me tell you, we follow strength. You don't follow weakness. People by default don't follow weak people. You can be very strong. People can know you to be very strong in your various work, in your various endeavor, in your career. So please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you're a weak person, but you can be strong in one thing and show weakness in another. It happens. I get what I'm saying. So when you are trying to invite people to a business meeting, get them to watch the recorded video. Your attitude is what will determine whether they will attend or not attend. Trust me on this. Some persons, your attitude can put them in a place where even if they don't have the time to attend the meeting, in their mind, they know that they are missing something. It is your attitude that determines how people attend the meeting. Yes. So when you are completely sold out to the business, you believe in the business, and then you are completely sold out to the 90 days recruiting challenge, you will do everything. Many of you see me on the millionaires in the 8 p.m. meeting, and I look people in the eyes and I tell them, if you start this business and you don't start making money within the first 90 days, and you are following my training word to word, action to action, I always say it, I will write you a check of your money. How many of you have heard me say that? Let me see where behind. I have not written anyone check. Do you know why? Nobody, if there is anyone that doesn't earn, they will never have the confidence and the courage to approach me. Do you know why? They know that they didn't do all that I said. You can't even practice 40% of what I teach and then not start making good money in 3 months. It's not possible now. Or not possible. Let me speak my language. Or they not possible means it is not possible. Practically impossible. Can someone give it to me in Yoruba? Mama Nkeyinde, give it to me in Yoruba. What's the meaning of it's impossible in Yoruba? Help me with it.
Osheshe.
Osheshe, osheshe, osheshe. It's not possible. Osheshe. It's not possible. Okay, kosheshe. Kosheshe.
Yes, kosheshe.
Kosheshe, kosheshe. Impossible. You cannot follow me 90 days. Following what I'm teaching, inviting people daily, following through my millionaire school assignment, developing yourself. It's practically, let me tell you, there is a spiritual law that some of you need to understand. I've forgotten where it is in the Bible, but it says something like, when the clouds are full, what happens first? When the clouds are full, there's something that's in the Bible that, I know there's a way the Bible says, when the clouds are full, rain will surely fall. Let me tell you, when you feed yourself, there's a level you feed yourself to, develop yourself to. You must overflow. Abba, you must what? Overflow. It must happen. Do you see the way I'm talking to you? All of you here, you have registered into this business, but can you see the audacity with which I talk? That is because I believe in the business. I've seen it work. I've seen people come in and make money. I've seen people stay here 2 years, 3 years, they keep making money. There is no doubt in my tone. That's magnetic. For me to be able to impact you, even as a leader, for me to be able to influence you positively, I can't show you weakness. I can't show you weakness. It's not possible. People follow strength. The day I show you weakness, that's the day you stop following me. It is a natural law. It's a natural law. Natural. Get to the animal kingdom. All those wild animals, it happens. They follow strength. The person that they assume to be the strongest in their mind that can affect them positively, the one that can influence them positively, They follow by default. They follow strength. Humans follow strength. So guess what? You want people to follow you. You want the secret to getting people to attend the meetings, to honor your invitations. You must show strength while doing your invitations. Don't do it lackadaisically. That's the secret. You've been inviting, they are not attending. You are not showing them strength. Somebody attended the business meeting and is trying to ask you some questions. Come on. That's the time you need to become fierce. Tell them, look them in the eyes. Why are you wasting time on this? I don't want to miss out on this. Of course, you know I'm going to be there for you. My director will be there for you, as he said. Pay the money now. Come on. Some of you, when people attend the meeting, after attending the meeting, they are contacting you. You'll be there discussing too much with them. Let me tell you, anybody that attends the business meeting or watches the recorded video, don't engage in long conversation. All those conversations is for them to have more reasons why they can't get started immediately. I have done this for a long time. Don't give room to that. Shut that conversation down. Get to pay your money now. Let's get started. In the Millionaire School in General, so we teach you everything. During your invitation, okay, someone was asking me something about invitation. That's Madam Mirigold. And I was teaching her something on WhatsApp. When you are inviting people and they are trying to ask you too many questions, tell them all your questions will be answered in the live Zoom meeting. All your questions will be answered in the video. Get them to watch the video. Stop all those conversations. Too much conversation with prospect does not produce results. I'm teaching you my secrets now. How do you think I handle my phones? After Zoom meeting, people are texting me. How do you think? I don't have time for long talk. Once you tell me, you said after Zoom meeting, you are asking me too many questions, I will tell you, let me send the video to you to go and watch again. By the time I send it to you, I'll be telling you, please take notes that if you don't make your payments, your slot will not be reserved. They will say, okay, sir. I hope I'll be mentored very. I said, of course, I will mentor you well. Pay your money right now. They send them their money. You've not seen anything. Most of these people that pay money, after the Zoom meeting, they will come back to the chat to ask me some crazy questions. I don't have time for that. You show them strength. Show them strength. Madam, you have to know that even if I answer your question between now till tomorrow morning, you will still have more questions to ask me. That's why it's a lifetime mentorship program. Get started right now. Join the Millionaire School, and I promise you, in less than 1 month, you'll be glad you did. Send me your payment details right away. You close on them. Confidence and courage is what you need. You don't need to be in the business for 1,000 years. You don't need to be a professional speaker like me. You need to show strength. You need to show strength. So the secret to getting people or having your invitations effective is the attitude with which you make those invitations. The attitude with which you get people to attend the meetings. The attitude is very powerful. Don't be lackadaisical towards it. Don't give them option like if you feel like, if you don't. What do you mean if you feel like? Something you are trying to do for them, something you are bringing them in that will make them earn money. You are telling them if you feel like, tell them, I can't deceive you. I'm going to be there with you. Make the payment right now. Join the meeting and get started with me. That's what you need. You need that strength. Show them strength. And guess what? Confidence is actually a byproduct of belief. When there is any doubt in your heart about achieving your 90 days recruiting challenge, if there's any doubt in your heart about our system, I am sorry, your confidence will be shaken. I'm telling you. So I want to settle it. You don't need to be 1 week. You don't need to be 3 months old. You don't need to be 1 year old. Settle it now. Even though you joined the Millionaire School yesterday, settle it now. I am going to do all that I can do. I must make this business work for me. Decide it now, and you see your confidence level rise to a whole new level. All right, so let's continue with the training with Matt Morris.
It's time freedom. And, what's the #1 thing that we sell in network marketing? And, I was like, it's time freedom. It's residual income. It's, is it our product? He's saying, no, that's not it. And, I'm like, finally, I give up. What is it? And he said, here's the biggest thing that we sell is an hour of time. an hour of time to get someone to look at our opportunity. If there's one thing that you want to get good at selling, that's what we sell. And my philosophy really, when it comes to presenting your opportunity, I don't think that's something we necessarily have to sell. The more you sell, sometimes the more people run away from it. It's a sorting game more than it is a selling game. In fact, one of my early mentors, he said, professionals sort, amateurs sell. And so I'm going to cover the different tiers of exposure, because there's a lot of different ways that you can invite someone to see the presentation. So before we get into a bunch of invitation scripts and so forth, I just wanted to do a quick overview on inviting, and then talk about the different tiers of exposures. And the next module, I'm going to go through some fundamentals of the invitation process. But the first tier of exposure, and the first tier of exposure down to the sixth tier, the number one would be typically the highest enrollment rate. And then number 6 would be the lowest enrollment rate. Now, every once in a while, you'll get someone who maybe just really, really good in person, and they could.
Did you hear what he said? In the 6 tiers of exposure, the number 1 is the one that has the highest enrollment rate. That means the conversion ratio, the number of people, the rate at which people join the business when you use that first one, okay, down as it decreases is the highest, starting from the first, and it goes down and get to reduce down to the 6th.
Skew the odds a little bit, but for the most people, most people, it's going to be the highest enrollment rate is going to be tier number 1. Tier number 1 is the biggest meeting possible with the best presenter. Now,
what's tier number 1? The first tier of exposure is the biggest meeting possible with the best presenter. And when do we have it? When do we have it? 8 p.m. every day. Or a big event, 8 p.m. every day. Why? Because you are having the biggest meeting at 8 p.m. with one of your best presenters, which is I, all right? I'm the one. I'm not the best presenter. Many of you here can present better than me, but I know that at least I'm one of the best. If not at least I rank 1 to 7th among that. There's so many of you here that can present more than me. Yes. People like Pastor Baomi. Yes. Pastor Joseph, I know he can present more than me. Do you know what it means to be a pastor? Think again. Mama Kehinde, I know she can present more than me. Mr. Tobechukwu Wipu, that great man, many of you will need to see this man present. Mr. Chochi, I know you. You are very, very, very quiet, but I can see you through you. You can present more than me. Yes. Mama Agnes, I don't need to talk too much. No one can do what you're doing without being a very good presenter. Some of you think I don't know you. Madam Monsumola, if you like, keep hiding. I will keep fetching you out. You know you can present more than me. All you need to do is to unleash yourself. Where is Mr. Eric? My great men and women. Where is Mr. Eric? Where is Madam Mama Murayo? You can't do what you're doing without being a very good presenter. Of course, Mr. Edward Tengi, if you like, keep hiding there. I can fetch you out. I know you can present more than me. King Izuka Uchechi, I know you very well, ba? I know you so well. You can present more than me. Sister Loretta, do you think it's a small thing to be a sister? I know you can present more than me, but at least I know say I get try. So the first tier of exposure is the biggest conversion ratio. That's the reason why once somebody attends my live Zoom meeting, it's almost impossible for them not to register. Yes, but I will show you something again that we found out that God has given us that actually contends with this one when it comes to producing results because of how easy it is to mass produce. So let's take a look at the first tier of exposure, the biggest meeting with the best possible presenter.
That might be a hotel presentation. It might be, you got a big shot coming into town and there's a bunch of people who are going to be there. And so what happens is when there's a lot of people in the room, it creates social proof. The guests, they come in and they feel the energy, they feel the excitement, they get to hear success stories. It can be emotional. The presenter typically is going to have the ability to really present the products or the services really well. They're going to be able to present the opportunity. Hopefully they're going to be entertaining. They might be able to tell some jokes. They might be able to, kind of touch people emotionally. And it's going to be fun for people. They get to meet others. And so that environment is typically going to lead to the highest enrollment ratios. And so might be a little bit harder to invite someone to an event like that because it might be a hotel, you know, it might be a little weird inviting someone to a hotel. It's a little bit different. So they're going to typically ask more questions, you know, hey, what is it? What are you inviting me to? And in the next couple modules, I'm going to talk about how you overcome what is it. And so that's the first tier of exposure.
Why is this first tier of exposure important? That's this. I want you to see this social proof. This is the reason why I always insist. When you invite people, be there. When people attend the business meetings in the night and they see plenty persons, 60-something persons yesterday, it gives people a mentality, a mindset that, wow, everybody is aware of this business. Oh, wow, really, this is awesome. Oh, the energy is high. Even I myself, my energy level, when you are presenting to a crowd, is different when you are presenting to a smaller number. Those of you here, if you understand what I'm saying, let me see wave your hand. Let me see wave your hand. Aha, I know now, Pastor Joseph, we know that. Maybe you come into an event and you're expecting to see 1,000 persons or 2,000 persons or 5,000 persons, and you come there and you are seeing only where 2 or 3 are gathered. You were praying and God gave you an anointing for 5,000, and you come to the meeting and you are seeing where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name. He is there in their midst. Why? You didn't know the sweet at all. How many of you saw that my energy level was different yesterday? Let me see if you notice it. Let me see where your hand. Crowd follow. Crowd follow. Crowd can ginger even the presenter. See shoppings. If you see 6 persons paid yesterday, I didn't say 6 we pay. 6 sent their money. Can you imagine? Shoppings was dropping yesterday. That is the power of that first year of exposure. Yes, the biggest meeting, it creates, high level of energy, excitement, success stories. It's always very powerful. Let's look at the second tier of exposure. The second way you can expose the business to someone. The first one is inviting them to live Zoom meetings, all right, or your own personal events. Anything event where there are more than one person and they're going to be a crowd. It's always very powerful.
Exposure, that's something that I definitely recommend you put in place. And today a lot of network marketers and even a lot of network marketing leaders have gone to only doing webinars and online stuff. Meeting, not only does it allow for the highest enrollment ratio, but it also creates a bond. It creates culture within the team. And so I have, worked with leaders in my organization even who maybe they came from another company and they were used to doing webinars and, they wanted to get out of the hotel meeting or out of the in-person meeting game because, with all the people selling products and, MLM training online, you get all these guys who have really never built anything substantial. And they're trying to sell you on, never have to go to a meeting again, the underwear entrepreneur and things like that. And so what I do, in fact, I'm thinking of one group specifically. I said, you know what, it's fine to do webinars. I'm not saying don't do them. In fact, do them, but you have to do this. I'm just telling you, lean on my leadership and put together those social proof meetings. And what happened is when these leaders came over, they started doing a lot of webinars. I mean, they were doing webinars almost every day. And, I really pushed them, start, at least once a week. And then they started a couple times a week. And then as they started opening up new cities and new markets, that caught on. And what ended up happening is they do almost no webinars now, and they do almost all meetings like that rather than the webinars because it just flat out works. And so
now let's balance it with what we are doing because our night Zoom meeting is a webinar. Listen, this is the reason why I'll keep mentoring my Rising Star mentors. You cannot, if you want to explode in this business, you have to learn to gather your people together, gathering them together, my Rising Star mentors. Mama Keyinde, Mama Agnes, Mama Juliana, 3 of you, you are in class A. You are in my group A. You are supposed to be having physical meetings. Choose the location. Everybody may not attend. Every week, hold one meeting. Hold one meeting. Hold one meeting. I am only but one man. I cannot be in different places. Hold one meeting, Mr. Eric. Hold one meeting every weekend. My Rising Star mentors. Mr. Tobechumuyiku, hold one meeting every weekend. Mr. Chochi, hold one meeting every weekend. There is something about physical bonding. There's something about physical. Let me tell you, I've been seeing many of you here on Zoom, but the day I came to Lagos and I saw Mama Kehinde and Mama Agnes, and many other partners, the experience has not left my head. I'm telling you, I felt like staying there, for like extra 1 week or 1 month, and be there and be seeing them week in, week out, week in, week out. I'm telling you, the experience has not left me yet. Our online platform, wonderful. We have a very good system online, but please, I don't want us to make the online, to allow the online platform to make us lazy. We are supposed to be meeting together as a team. Once you start sponsoring someone in this business, make it a point of duty to start meeting with them. Start meeting with them. Start meeting with them. Yes, there is something I'm waiting for. Once that thing is done, I'll be in Lagos again, because our Lagos team is just something as powerful. And the day I'll be coming, leave that one I came. The one I came that day to do is the one that I came for something else. I just have to branch in. If I'm coming a well-organized program at Lagos and you are my partner in the Millionaire School and you don't attend, you pay me 5,000 naira. Because I will not spend 100,000 to come and see you. And then you cannot spend even just 2 hours to see me. We will plan it ahead of time. So if I come and you don't attend, no problem. Just send me my money. Just send me the money. We will use it here in our team. We have many places where we can use it. All right, so let's look at the second tier of exposure. Very important.
Exposure is an in-home party. Now, the second tier of exposure is an in-home party. Now, an in-home.
Now, the second tier of exposure is what? In-home party. Did you see that? After the major program with a leader is home party, the one you do in your home. That's the second, as in the second highest way to get people to join you. Home party. Inviting people to your home and hosting them and having a program with them together with your leaders.
Party is usually going to have a pretty good enrollment ratio because you're inviting people that people that you're close to, and an in-home presentation, some people call them PBRs, professional business receptions. Those are easy to invite people to. It's easy to invite someone to your home. In fact, I'm going to give you an invitation script that just flat out works like crazy. In-home presentations are very duplicatable. In fact, when people join my team, part of our system in getting a new member started is within their first week, we want them booking an in-home presentation. An in-home, we call it kind of a party. Why do we have new people do that? Because it's one of the easiest ways and most duplicatable ways to get someone started and launched in their business. Now, the third tier of exposure, this is something I have done thousands of these over my 20 years in network marketing. It is the 2-on-1. That is 2 people in the business presenting to 1 person who's not in the business. Now, there is a ton of power in the 2-on-1 because what happens is between you and your friend, you have trust. They know, like, and trust you, but you may not have a lot of credibility. That's why it's important to bring in a third party, someone else. And listen, it doesn't have to be someone who's making a ton of money in the business. It just really needs to be someone other than you, because your friend knows you. Chances are you've maybe done crazy things together. You may not have any credibility. If you do have credibility, it's probably not credibility relating to network marketing or your company. And so when you bring someone else in, what happens is if it's just you and your friends, sometimes they may not take you very seriously, but when you bring someone else in that's not you, that they don't know, they have to be on their best behavior. Now, there's another module on edification and the edification triangle. Make sure you listen to that module. Now, that's the third tier. You're going to have a pretty good enrollment ratios there because it answers the question, will you help me? because they see that you're getting help, they're more likely to believe that they're going to get help as well.
Exactly.
Now, the fourth tier of exposure is a one-on-one. You meeting someone
One-on-one.
at a coffee shop, something like that, meeting someone for lunch. That is probably the easiest invitation. It's very easy to get someone to meet with you for coffee. It's easy to get someone to meet with you for lunch or something like that. I'm going to talk about invitation scripts for that. Tier number 5 is an invitation over the phone. Now, everything we've talked about so far is in person, belly to belly. There's no, I mean, that is just so strong when you can get together with someone in person. They can feel your energy. You can feel their energy. When you're meeting in person, they get that it's a real business. If you took the time to set up a meeting, to sit with them face to face, they get that it's real. They get that you are, you know, it's important to you. And that's an important aspect, especially when we get into the modules on closing. I'll talk about that a lot more. Now, tier number 5 again, over the phone. When you talk to someone who's typically not in your local market. Now, the majority of people that I've enrolled in my company that I'm involved, for instance, there's probably been half or even more than half that I enrolled over the phone. They weren't even in my city. They weren't even in my state. They may not have even been.
This over the phone, for example, now you remember, I tell you there are 2 ways. Whenever we talk about sharing the video to people, there are 2 things. You can use our video for a one-on-one presentation, and you can also use our video for over the phone method. How do you do that? Over the phone, you are calling someone to invite the person and get the person to watch the recorded video. So you send the recorded video for them to watch. It's different when you invite someone to share an opportunity, but because you are still learning how to talk, share the business one-on-one, once they come, you open your phone and press the play button and watch the recorded video with them. Let me tell us, that is one of the greatest secrets I've discovered in this our business. So many persons have enrolled a lot of people using that method. How many of you have used that method and it worked for you? You sit down with people and you play the video with them and then they register. Let me see wave your hand. Let me see wave your hand if you have used it before. Let me see wave your hand. Okay, I can see Mama Agnes. I know you use it a lot. I've seen Pastor Joseph here. I want us to start using it. You don't need to talk like Engineer Nonso. I'm telling you, please make sure you get our videos and use it properly. Madam Mirigod, he said the video is no more showing. Wow. Maybe it's yours. I will send it back to you, okay? So you make sure you use it. Make sure you play it. Make sure it's working for you. So you don't need to talk like me. You can be in your place of work and then you have a friend of yours during the break time. Say, come on, there's something I need to show you. You press the play button. And then guess what? They watch the recorded video and they are part of the business. They tell you, I'm going to become part of the business. You get them to make their payments immediately. Once somebody tells you, I want to pay now, how can I pay? Stop directing them back to me. Anything that delays, somebody wants to make payments now, and you are still trying to prolong the payment, get them to pay immediately. That's the reason why you need to have access to all the account numbers of the company. Store them in your phone. Don't say, let me call our company this day. Let me tell them, give me the account number. It means you are not prepared. All right, so that is it about over the phone. I just wanted to touch that.
In my country. And so inviting someone over the phone to look at your presentation is tier number 5. And then number 6 is just anything else. This might be handing out a tool to a stranger. It might be giving someone a DVD or a CD, handing out a business card with a website on it, you know, anything else. Now, your enrollment ratio is not going to be super high. If you're just, you know, giving someone a DVD to watch on their own, obviously, if you don't have an appointment to follow up and things like that, your enrollment ratio is not going to be very high. But here's the thing, it is way better than nothing. I've had people that have joined my organization. In fact, I had a lady years ago, and crazy story, she saw a business card in a bathroom that was on a hand dryer. She picked it up and was curious. She went to the website and she saw that there was a members only login. And she said her main reason for enrolling was because she wanted to know what was in the private members area. You know, so when you're out and about, I'm a big fan of having tools with you so that you can use that and exposures. So those are the 6 tiers of exposures. Hopefully that got you some value. Definitely take notes on this. I want you to know this because Millionaire School is all about you having mastery in network marketing. And I just believe it's important for you to understand what the different tiers are so that you can utilize those effectively. Appreciate you listening in. We'll see you on the next module.
Wow, 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 wow. That's awesome. So how many of you learned something this morning? Let me see, wave your hand. Let me see, wave your hand. Okay, now you've seen the 6 different ways you can have people take a look at your business. Inviting for an event, our 8 p.m. events. If you're in a city where there are other leaders and you have partners there, you can come together and start holding events every weekend. The second one is home party. I'm telling us the truth. Home party works. I've shared so many experiences with us in the past. Once I am back to my base in Anambra, where my family stays, and then as in every Sunday, there must be a couple of friends I'm going to have invited over in my home, and I'm going to sit down over a bottle of drink in my house, and I will just, I didn't do the video, but I'll put it in the television for them to watch using my flash drive. We will watch the video together from the television. I know the one, I say, yes, I'm the one talking. I just wanted to see that what I'm sharing with you is something that a lot of people are already into. And when I'm done, I had one occasion, before I was done, 17 accounts, 17 registrations coming from about 4 persons. So some of them did multiple accounts. Yes, it works. The third one is one-on-one. Don't joke with this. I'm telling you the truth. It works. All these tiers of exposures has given us avenues through which we can have people connecting to the business. Don't forget where I started from. I said, if there's one skill you need to master to start earning 6 figures every month, if there's just one skill, if I'm allowed to choose one skill, if I'm allowed, if God says, now come, engineer, also, I want you to, my son, I want you to ask me just one thing from your partners among the 6 core disciplines. What is that? That one thing you can just ask of me among all these people, everyone here. You do know what I will ask him for? I will ask him the scale of inviting. Do you know why? I will tell you. Even if you can talk like Engineer Nonso and you don't have people to talk to, you will just be talking to yourself in the mirror. I'm telling you. Yes, that's the truth. Even if you can follow somebody up very well, who will you be following up? Is it not someone that have seen the presentation? So, inviting skill will enable you to get someone to attend a live Zoom meeting, or also enable you to get someone to watch the recorded video. And once they watch the recorded video, then my contact is there, everything is there, and that's all. So I really want you to get that. Inviting is the most important skill in network marketing business. And I will need you to understand the techniques. I've taught you that a lot. Okay, I've taught that a lot. Last week, I dealt with inviting and prospecting a lot. I have lots of videos that can help you. Make sure you're using those messages I sent out on WhatsApp to invite people today. It's very important we get that, okay? Don't forget the training I have tomorrow. There's something I wanted to teach today, which is how to log in into accounts and then do a few things. Those of you, if you need that training, I will send it to you, especially. I will send you a video on that, okay? So I'm going to send a video on that on the WhatsApp, how to log in into accounts and things, you know. I think I'm going to send that video. I thought I'm going to have enough time to explain that today. Don't forget the training I have tomorrow. Tomorrow is a special day. Tomorrow, I'm going to be teaching you about products. Yeah, I'm going to teach you about products, how to use our products effectively, the importance of our products, the content of our product, what makes our products so unique. I'm going to be teaching you about the unit-level earnings, stair-step earnings, UPP earnings. That is extra ways you can generate income in the business. I will teach that tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be quite a little bit technical because I'm going to be doing some calculations and show you how they calculate the money and the rest of them. But it's important you understand these things, okay? It's important, all right? So I will teach you those things. I will teach you about the rankings of AIM Global, not RDI, Silver Executive, Gold Executive, Global Ambassadors, Ruby Global Ambassadors, and Diamond Global Ambassadors. I will teach you those things tomorrow. So tomorrow will be very, very, very unique. Make sure you have all your partners here. Don't have a partner that will ask you a question. Please, there is something I saw in my dashboard. You are 10 points away from being a silver executive. What is the meaning? Can you teach me? Can you tell me? Don't get your partners ask you that question and you start cracking your head. So you can come there, we can come here with them and let's learn together. Don't forget your 90 days recruiting challenge. Don't forget it. And never you forget, a life of no goals is a life of confusion. When you don't have a business goal you are pursuing, you'll be very confused while building your business. Your goals gives you direction. Your goals does what? It gives you direction. Focus on your 90 days recruiting challenge. Focus on the weekly task. Make sure that 10 persons is being invited and attends the business meeting every week. Ensure that 10 persons who watch the recorded video are far from you. And ensure that 10 persons, you show the business to 10 persons, one-on-one, 10, play the video with them. So you look at it, you will see that all you need in a week is just 30 persons. Invite 30 persons, get 30 persons to see our business this weekend. And then you will see how your business will start flying. Thank you so much for the invitations yesterday. And I know that today will be better. Ensure that you invite people today. Use those messages. Keep inviting. Don't just invite. Make sure you persuade them. Make sure you get them to attend the meeting today. God bless you real good. I'm going to be sending this video to the WhatsApp. So get to watch it over and over again. God bless you and do have a lovely day. Love you all. Bye.